This was her project. Um, she had she has a field that's getting imported as a date, and then she has a and then later on, so they have an arrival date and then they have an arrival time, but the time is put in separately. And then they have an antibiotic date and time separately as well. And what she wanted to do was do a date diff calculation on when they got their antibiotics versus when they arrived and how long that time had passed in hours. The problem was, and she was able to do the date diff with let me go into the record status dashboard here. She was able to do a date diff with just the dates, obviously, and then but the times weren't working. So what I did after meeting with her was just kind of created this little demo project here. So this would be like the arrival date, date one, date and time one. That should be time one.
What about the variable name?
Oh, wait. Oh, she might have moved them. She has access to this project, so she might have messed with it. Because I built this project and gave her access so she can tinker with it to try to mess with it before she did her own project. Because the other problem is she has live data in her project, so she couldn't convert that field to a date time field because she already has live data in it.
That explains.
I gave her access to this project so she could mess with it. So basically what it is there's a date and a time, date one, time one, and date two, time two. And then what I did was I originally tried to use the calculated field, but the calculated field, it outputs a number. It doesn't give you a format. And then, because my idea was just merging those two values together for date time two, and then using the calculated field for the difference. So
wait, before one thing to say, this originated with the problem of doing a date diff where it crossed and you're calculating minutes and it crosses days. So if you're
right.
Go ahead.
Well, there were two problems that needed to be solved because it was crossing days, but the bigger issue was that the time and dates were separate. So if you did a date diff on the dates, and then you did a date diff on the time wouldn't equate correctly because it would be within the same 24 hours.
Right.
Like 6 o'clock at night versus 4 in the morning, it wouldn't see that as 4 in the morning the next day. It would see it as 4 in the morning that morning,
Right.
So let me go to the designer and show you what I did. So for the calculated field, it's a text field. And I have the validation for date time with hours and minutes. And then what I did was I used calc text to put those values together. So what I'm saying here basically is if the date one value isn't blank and the time one value isn't blank, put them together with a space in between using the special function here, the concat function. And if either one of these are blank, then just leave the calculated field blank. And that's the same thing for calc 2 or date time 2 as well. This way that you have to have a value for both. So if you go in and you click on, like you open a new record, you click on the date, the time will automatically default to the time. I think it does like your now, and then you have to change it, or it may be blank. I can't remember. But you have to have values in both in order for these to populate. But once you have those values, then I'm taking the date time 1 and the date time 2 and using a calculated field because we want it to be numerical. And then I'm saying also, if date time 1 is not blank and date time 2 is not blank, then I'm going to take the date difference from time 1 and time 2 in hours. And then I'm also wrapping it in a rounding function, because if not, it just gives you a trail of numbers after the decimal if they don't round properly. So that if we go to let me just create a new record here. And I'll just pick a random date. So the times are blank when you put them in. And I was getting an error before with it saying that it wasn't like a proper value, because I did have some default values in here. And if there's anything that's not a date time value in here, it'll error, it'll tell you, it'll complain. So that's why I left if it's false, I left it as blank, instead of putting like a noon or something like that in there. So we just pick a random time, we'll do today and we'll do now. And so it automatically, once you have these values in, these will automatically populate and give you the difference in hours for that field. So, I mean, it was more about trying to figure out how to get these correct, because I wanted to make sure that if you concatenated it, it would recognize it as a date time and not error out. So what I did was, when I was building this, I had another field here that was a regular date time field, and I would put the date and the time in these fields, and then I would select the same day and time here, because I wanted to see if it did it as a default date time field, and then how I did it with a concatenated date time field, and if I could match the formatting. I was hoping REDCap would be smart enough to say, hey, this formatting is the same. And that's exactly what happened. So once I got the formatting of this correct, and it just needed a space in between the date and the time and nothing else, even though I'm using the calc text, it still picks it up as a date time, which is nice. And then you just have to make sure that when you do the time difference, the date diff, it's just the hours. And I looked up online, because I thought another problem would be if it's, because I think with PHP, lowercase h is like the 12-hour clock, and then uppercase H is the 24-hour clock. So I thought maybe it would cause a problem. But it turned out to be a non-issue, because REDCap automatically puts everything in the 24-hour clock. So instead of AM, PM, I think you do have the option of changing that. I'm not sure if REDCap allows you to do that, but because it's a 24-hour clock, then it wasn't a problem. And you can see that it automatically updates the calculated field.
So that's a function. It's the same thing as, so when you format a date, so as manual has here, 7.3 and 7.7, REDCap is not holding that in the backend database in that format. It's holding it as year, month, day. So it's fine, and it will handle the calculations fine. But what you see is not necessarily what is in the database. Now with time, there is a method, and I can't remember if it's an external module, but you can show the time as, like 1:08 p.m. And I think, if I remember, what we've done in the past is you select the 13:08, and then it shows 1:08 p.m. afterwards, so that it's clear to the user what that time is. But anyway, the point is, the calculation has to be military time for it to work. And to do the calculation over a date range, you have to have date and time both, unless you use Manny's formula, which is brilliant. And then the nice rounding feature that he put in, as Jen mentioned up in the chat. So very elegant solution to that problem.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad it was able to work.
Yeah. But again, so if you, and Jen and I talked about this earlier, the reason her formula was not her date diff formula before was not working is because she was not integrating the date and time together, which is essential. So I just had said, you just need to change your field to month, day, year, hour, minute. But I was unaware that there was other data that was already split out, which is I should have asked about. But even so, I'm very happy that it fell to Manny to figure the formula out for this. So it is just important in knowing what you want to, how you want to save your data, or how you want to collect your data. Do hours and minutes have to be separate from your month, day, year? If so, then you need to use something like Manny's workaround to get that time difference. Otherwise, if you can save your data in a month, day, year, hour, minute time frame or format, then it simplifies the date diff. And you don't have to go through these machinations.
She also was wondering if there was a way to take the values for all of these records, if she had the time differences, if there was a way to take the average of all of the records and put it in a field. And I told her I didn't think so, because I don't think that REDCap has a way to loop through all the records in the database. I don't know. Maybe it can be done as a
I'll bet.
dynamic SQL.
Yep, that's what I would do. Yeah, and because for us, you and I, it's easier to do without having to dig into the back end. Now that we have that little component in the control center, we can set that up and then set up a. But see, that's a problem, because it's going to be a drop down if it's a dynamic SQL.
Yeah. Well, she just put in the chat that on the dashboard to create using a report with just the minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that'd be better. Otherwise, it'd have to be scripted.
yeah.
Unless, because you're using all the records, but it would be a simple thing to script, and then we could give her a plug-in. But anyway, I like you're getting the same thing with a report. So, all right, beautiful. Any other questions?